All machinima creators have had their works that have never aired, finished making, or simply had to take off their channel, and I am no exception to that statement. I'm Alaskan Whalers, and this is my personal top 5 list of my machinimas that you have never seen, and most likely will never see in the future. Number 5. How Noble 6 actually died. This funny short was supposed to show how Noble 6 actually died at the end of Halo Reach, in my own way, of course. The inspiration from this came when I came across a song on YouTube that sounded so awful and terrible. I thought it would have been funny to see this song being used as a tool for torture employed by the Covenant. As the project came along, I started to lose interest and thought that the joke wasn't as funny as originally perceived, so I simply scrapped the project midway through. I doubt I will be returning to it anytime soon, really. I haven't really even thought of making it again for a couple years now. Number 4. The Curse of Swordbase. Originally intended to be a final installment of the Curse series I made, this machinima followed the main character, Nublet, on yet another adventure through Halo matchmaking. After realizing that he couldn't dual-wield needlers in Halo 3, and that the Halo 2 servers shut down, Nublet decides to play Halo Reach. Of course, he ends up playing on the map Swordbase, as the title implied, and the premise was going to revolve around the controversial Grav camping area on the top level, with him attempting to make it up the lift, but constantly being killed by a camper at the top floor. Even though Curse of the Needler was featured on Waypoint and both Curse episodes received good reception, the amount of views didn't convince me that a third installment would be greatly viewed, since Curse of Terminal has yet to break 1,000 views despite being on my channel for almost 3 years now. This isn't to say that our annoying 12-year-old elite Nublet won't make a return in the future, it just won't happen in the Curse series.
I guess he woke up on the wrong side of Halo.
Number 3. Inbound Chapter 3. Man, this series went through a rough life. Not only did the original version only have 1 episode, but the redesigned version only made it to 2. A 3rd episode was in production since the redesigned series was doing very well reception and view-wise. However, a series of unfortunate events ended off killing the 3rd episode and the series in general. The main reason was due to practically all the voice actors not being able to commit to the script anymore. The voice of Thane left for military service, the voice of Griffin was dealing with personal issues, and the voice of the Doctor was nowhere to be found. I'm totally serious. I tried getting in touch with him, and with no luck. It's like he just disappeared off the face of the earth one day. Without voices for the 3rd episode and the series itself, I had to cancel the series yet again. There was some film footage created for episode 3, but it no longer exists since I deleted it. I did create a script for yet another Inbound reboot, but some personal issues happened with me this past year, and it pretty much killed off the series for good. Will I be returning to Inbound in the future? Maybe. But for now, I have no plans on returning to that universe anytime soon. Sorry, Agent Jacobs, but no one will ever know if you survived that shot to the head from episode 2. Number 2. MLG Pro. Oh, how I wish I kept this video. For some of my older subscribers, and I mean like when I was at 500 and below for subscribers, I created a video poking fun at the Halo MLG community, and the machinima used actual gameplay of tryhard MLG players I encountered one day in Reach. And the reason I used it is because they became so butthurt after me and my team beat them. Now, I'm not saying they were necessarily MLG, but they had the little acronyms in their gamer tags, and they kept saying they were pro the whole time. And when I was receiving the hate messages, they were saying I sucked, and like, oh, you'll never be elite, and all that bull. The reason I took this controversial machinima down was the fact that Bungie, and yes, I mean Bungie, the company, asked me to take it down, or else my Bungie account would have been permanently suspended due to targeting certain players. In the end, I took the Machinima off my channel, and for some reason I deleted the raw file from my computer, and I wish I didn't. If I still had it, I probably would re-upload it now. But sadly, this Machinima will never be seen again, even by me. Number 1. Untitled Machinima. Why the Invader Zim theme, you ask? Well, it is obvious that I love the show, that's one thing. I even had short clips at the end of my fail videos that used funny moments from the show Invader Zim.
Zim! I don't care how delicious he is, he's evil! Now they'll find the base. There's only one thing I can do. You gotta make biscuits! You gotta make biscuits! You gotta make biscuits! You gotta make biscuits! No, Gur. Never. I never want you to mention biscuits ever again.
Earlier this year, I decided to start creating a funny series based off an elite miner that was tasked of conquering a UNSC base. The first episode is actually a close completion, with the majority of the voice work and recording done. I even put myself as a cameo in the first episode as a lottery announcer.
Edition of Coagulation Lottery. I'm AW and I will be giving you the numbers for this week's grand prize.
Fun fact, the elite miner is named Ms. Radavni, which is pretty much Invader Zim spelled backwards. However, due to recent events this year, I had to put the series on hold until further notice, especially since I no longer have direct access to the voice actors I used. I haven't officially stopped working on it though, and I might even return to it this year. However, it is pretty low on my priority list with videos I'm making, especially since Life of the Ghost is my main focus at this point. But don't be surprised if later on this year, you start to see this series appear on my channel. It's not saying it's cancelled, but just not being worked on right now. And there you have it, my personal top 5 Machinimas from me that you may never see on my channel. Don't forget to rate and comment on this video, and subscribe for more awesome videos and Machinimas. Thanks for watching, and remember, save the whalers.